because of they have negotiated some ships to come out of the Black Sea. I've been told that it's beginning to come down. Now, these have gone up because of the specific reasons, each one. But fuel, as I told you last time, after petrol went up, first of all, because amafuta ag'okuvuga emotoka bagenda kugawera myaka 2. Omukyalo omuganda waffe wano Nankabirwa agenda kutunyonyera bulungi akasonga ako nto myaka 2 ensi yasalawo, ensi yonna yasalawo nti amafuta ag'okuvuga motoka bagenda kugawera. In 20 years time, petroleum and diesel for use in cars will no longer be allowed globally. So because of that, the business people have abandoned investing in petrol. And that's why we are lucky. We, who had already discovered our petrol, which will come out by 2025, we shall get a lot of money. Or sunset money. If you knew Nyankore, I would tell you, Ekirengabazana, the sunlight, when the sun is about to disappear, which the housemaids miss because they are working in the house. They are working in the house, so they can't enjoy that sunset warmth. For us, we are going to enjoy that money because all other people are no longer looking for the petrol, because they know that in 20 years' time it will no longer be used. People will have moved to the electric cars. They would have moved to the electric cars. But because of the gap between now and then, the price has gone up for the liter mafuta, which is there, for the liter petroleum, which is available now. And ours will benefit from that. Now, that factor, the one of amafuta kuva ku mulembe, petroleum getting out of fashion, had already pushed up the petroleum price to $80. When the war in Ukraine came in, it went to 100 and something, I hear. So even if the war ends, that mafuta will still remain may remain at the other level, the one of 80. So therefore, you can see now, because of the petroleum, amatoke gamwe nago katigalinye. The high price of petroleum has now affected my matoke from Ntungamo. Nzo wamatoke nze ne mama kubanga tunayo olusuku lwaffe tetubaseera temutyawa abanantungamo batandise okutuseera. Emotoka ezireeta amatoke gaffe ag'entungamo zizongeddemu ebbeeyi. It is the fuel. Don't curse we the banana growers. Don't curse the Bachiga who are growing Irish potatoes. Don't curse the people who are selling milk. It is the fuel and the transport. Because of the transport. So that's why you will hear our answers. We have got answers for all this. However, all this, you see, some people think that politics is just talking, and going to weddings, and going to funerals. From the beginning, NRM told you that politics is a matter of life and death. If you handle politics badly, you will end up with bad results. You remember, for the young people, they were not there, but for the old ones, when the NRM came from the bush, 1986, we had 10 points. And point number 5 was saying, please abandon this colonial and neo-colonial economy of Uganda and of Africa. Mark those words, colonial and neo-colonial economy of Uganda and Africa, of Okusaka enyo, Okusaka, importing. That's why point number 5 of the NRM 10 points was saying we are going to build an economy which is integrated, independent, and self-sustaining. And we have done, we have moved. I will show you how we have moved. You should audit it, how we have moved. Build an economy which is independent. Minimize Okusaka, minimize buying from outside. Now you can see that we have Okusaka inflation. This is all Okusaka. All this inflation is Okusaka. Importing problems. Now the colonial economy at independence and up to 1970, when it broke down completely because of Idi Amin, the description of that small colonial economy was the economy of the 3 C's and the 3 T's. 3 C's meaning economy of coffee, of cotton, and copper. These were the 3 C's. The 3 T's were tobacco, tourism, and tea. Now, these were good, but the problem is that they were being exported as raw materials. They were being exported as raw materials. I remember I think it was 1969, when we had a record export of cotton of 480,000 bales of cotton, almost 500,000 bales. And they were very proud. They were putting it in the papers. We have exported more cotton. But this is where the problem is. When you export raw material, you get less money than if you are to make a final product out of that raw material. And we told you here the other time that when you export and process coffee, you get $1. The one who processes, in some cases, gets even $50. I think we talked of $53 here. You can imagine. We, the coffee growers, are getting $1. The one who has nothing to do, who doesn't suffer for producing coffee is getting $50 from the same kilo for which I get $1. That's why we told you the other time that the business of coffee in the whole world is $460 billion. But the coffee growing countries of the world get only $25 billion out of the $460 billion. And Africa gets only $2.5 billion. So these 3 C's and 3 T's were mainly being exported as raw material. And processed coffee as cassé. You can remember cassé came in 1949 because of the struggle of our elder Ikem Sazi. He's the one who resisted, because before that, the Africans were selling as what they call kiboko, with husks. So Ikem Sazi, our elder, struggled. They struggled, and they were allowed to remove the husks, the husking, to produce what they call cassé. Now this is the one we are still selling now, and we are getting 1/50th of the value of what the other person gets. So the 3 C's were all coffee exported as cassé, cotton exported as lint. We even had an organization called Lint Marketing Board. They were not ashamed to say, we are exporters of lint. They were very proud. Lint Marketing Board. It had a manager. I think he was called very, very important manager. I've forgotten his name. The big black fellow. Intende. I think he was called Intende. Tituliwano abatunda pamba amaze okusunsulibwa ne tukomaawo. Why don't you get the shirt I'm putting your countrymen is Ugandan shirt. That's why I don't put it off. Even when I go to international conferences, ngenda bwintu bara omusajja mukadde aze. This shirt is made by this group here, Fine Spinners. It is 35% cotton, 65% what do you call it? Polyester. We are still importing the polyester. It is the other way around. Somebody is saying it is the other way around. That it is more cotton than whatever it is. But anyway, in a few years' time, we shall also be making the polyester here from our petroleum. Now, the copper was being exported as blister copper, not fully processed. And that's why it could not be used in the cables industry. You can imagine, we had the cables industry here in Rugazi of Meta. He needed copper, but he couldn't use the copper of Kirembe because it was not fully processed. It had first to go away through Mombasa as blister copper, 94% pure, yet Rugazi needs 99.9% pure. So Meta would import more purified copper from I don't know where. Then this one would just go. And of course we would get less money for that. So, and we would pay more money for the other one, for the other imported cotton. So, but this Kalitro economy, this small economy of producing raw materials during Amin's time collapsed completely. And when we came, only coffee was still surviving and a little bit of tobacco. Tea had shrunk from 23 million kilograms a year to only 3 million kilograms. So we came in. We came in to revive the other small island economy, enclave economy of the three Ts, expand it, but also transform it. Transform the economy of Uganda from Oaxaca to Banyankuru will say okwemalirira, self-sufficiency and okutunda naffe, okutunda, to sell more abroad and also sell processed goods. Akafananyi akafa bentungamo ke tusobola okuleeta kali ng'omuntu asalawo nti ye omulimo gwe kwe kulima n'okutunda embidde n'akoma ku mbidde. Omulala omugezi yalina okusogola omubisi n'okugyamu omwenge n'okwongera mu kali akalala kali okufumbafumba omuntu n'ajja mu kali akalala kasingawo akawalagi. Kati olaba awo obutalengera nti nze tumuzanyirako, nze ogwange kutunda mabidde kyokka, n'okirangirira n'okiteeka mu gazeti nti ogwange gwa mabidde. Kulwaki tojjamu mubisi, tosogola mubisi? Kulwaki tokola mwenge? Kulwaki tofumba kawalagi? Kubanga buli kyoyongerako ofuna sente zisingawo. So so Africa are mabidde sellers. This is where the problem is. Now, I have not done the kibaro, I have not done the calculation to know if you are to sell embidde, or how much do you get per kidomora? Per bunch. Per bunch. And when you sogola ombisi, how many jerrycans do you get from one bunch? Somebody should do that and see how much we are losing. What I'm saying, those who don't know this dialect, the bananas for making beer belong to a category called embidde, the sour bananas. Now, selling raw materials, our people in the villages will understand this image very well, because normally the one who grows the sour bananas is the one who also ripens them and makes juice and even makes the local beer. It is an integrated process, from growing to ripening to squeezing the juice to okunyuka eshande, the one making the beer. There is a word there, forgotten Ntunga language. Okwisa marwa, where you put the sweet juice back into the ground and it ferments and becomes beer. Ruagwa. And then others can distill it and make waragi. So the problem of Uganda, the problem of Africa has been to behave as the other unwise villager who only ends at selling Mbide, and then the others make money by ripening his Mbide and making the juice. Because when you make juice, you add value. When you make beer, you add value. When you distill the beer to something else, you make more value. More value. So for us, when we came, we said, for us, we are not Abatunda Mbide. This is the NRM. For us, we are not Abatunda Mbide. For us, we are not the sellers of bunches of bananas without squeezing the juice, without fermenting the juice, without adding the other values. So, and we have made some progress. And if people are listening to us, and but the progress we make is by struggle. We fight. People oppose us here. We go here. We fight. We go. But still, I was trying to. You can get Minister of Industry, and he can come here on this TV, and list. You should audit. We should audit. In 1986, twasakanga ebiriwa. In 1986, what were we importing okusaka? Now, out of that list, what have we now okulimira wano ewaffe? What have we? What are we producing? I was trying to just remember. Soap. Soap was being imported. Beer. And the beer, beer, it's not only beer being produced here, but it is using our sorghum. Using the sorghum of Uganda from actually Soroti. I think that's where they're getting the sorghum from. That sorghum is called something. There's a name for it. Is it Serena or something like that? The agriculture will tell us. And also barley. Some people of Uganda are growing barley. So you have the beer, which is integrated with our agriculture. And that's what NRM was telling you, point number 5. Integrated and self-sustaining and independent. Kati olawa beer, kati bamukolera wano, simanya banywa beer. When I tried to drink beer, 1966, it was so sour. I almost spit it. I asked my friend, what are you drinking? He said, that I will get the sweetness later, but it was so bitter. It was like omloloza, like ombirizi. One of the one man's meat is another man's poison. The nani is here. Beer is here in plenty. Plenty. I found a huge factory in Barra there, built by South Africans. I said, you South African whites, they have built a huge factory there. I said, you fellows, how did you know Barra? They said, we got data that many of the drunkards are on this side. You can't believe how it's a huge factory. It's like the whole hill. So beer, that one is now cement, imitayimbwa, steel bars, tea. Tea is processed both for local consumption and for export. Textiles, nylon, and others like fine spinners. Although I don't know why Ugandans are still buying second-hand clothes. Emivumba, I don't know why. They should be buying products of nightie and fine spinners, because it's a lot of money which you are wasting. Using our cotton, batteries, our elder Mrwana started producing batteries long ago from the beginning, recycling, plastics, those are plenty. Milk and milk products. These people of agriculture should come one day and tell you how that sector is now totally vertically integrated, from the kulunda, from the cow, to the processing, to the byproducts even. It has moved very well. Maize. You can imagine we used to get kaunga from Kenya. This packed kaunga was coming from Kenya. But now we've got a lot of maize, but also animal feeds from maize. But we need to do more of that. And to get starch, I think some of the companies are beginning to get starch. Sugar now we have got surplus sugar, but also getting ethanol, which is like petrol from sugar, and also getting electricity. You can imagine a chikajo, the sugar cane, gives you sugar, gives you ethanol, petrol, but also ebikamuro gives you electricity. Rubber tires. I visited a factory in Mkono which is making rubber tires. Rubber tires of motorcycles, I think even of cars, but using rubber, partly from Uganda, but also from Congo. Clay and ceramics from clay. This is Kapeka now. Commercial explosives. These are being made by NEC, and they were taking a lot of money. $40 million. Commercial explosives for quarrying, for quarries, for blowing up rocks. They were being imported. They are now being made here. A gold refinery. In fact, I hear gold refineries are like 6. It's not only one. That's what I hear. Gold refineries. The one I know is the one over in Entebbe, but I hear there are others where gold is purified completely. Cables for electricity. Marble. Plywood. There are many factories of plywood. Many factories of plywood from wood. Industrial sugar. We are now producing industrial sugar, not only the other sugar for drinking. Fish factories. At one time we had more than 20 fish factories, and so on. So you can get the list. So we have really moved. Instead of just the other 3 C's and 3 T's, now we have got so many. You have to add many letters of the alphabet. But we still need to do more. Like for instance, now we have moved, not only processing here, but we have gone into making cars, automobiles of different types, vaccines, making vaccines, pharmaceuticals, medicine, diagnostics, sanitizers. When sanitizers came, when they became necessary for corona, abafumba waragi batuyamba nnyo. The waragi brewers helped us because there was already a lot of waragi. So we just needed to add on more distillation to get to 70%, which is the sanitizer. So we are now big players of the sanitizers. I think the Minister of Industry can come one day and give you the details. Leather, I am about to open for you a factory for leather processing, so that our children who are making shoes don't have to sucker leather from Kenya or from China. So we are moving on those. Now, when I'm here, I would ask one of our warriors, Katabazi, if he's here. He's one of our brothers from Karagwe, but he has made Uganda his home. So Katabazi nondagamba Urinyambo, nondagamba Uruzungu, nondagamba.
Your Excellency, sir.
You tell these people what you are doing.
Yes.
The audience.
Yes. Your Excellency, sir, honorable ministers, all of my dear comrades, ladies and gentlemen.
You can remove the mask so they hear you well.
My name is Metu Katabazi, and I'm the director of our company called Metu Jongtongo Basi Industries, based at Namamve. And this our industry of bus fabrication was established in 2018. And the reason why it was established, because industry is established to serve mankind. I looked at the situation of Uganda, where from the 1960s, Uganda was
those are the buses of Katabazi. Show them.
From the 1960s, Uganda was importing complete bus units from a neighboring country in East Africa. And we continue to import even today, even though I have a factory in Namamve. So I established this factory in order to fabricate I told my daughter that let us fabricate our bus. Even if it is a bad bus, it is our bus. And we shall continue improving on it every time. We started in 2018, and 2019, His Excellency the President opened our factory in Namamve. I am glad to say that by now we are fabricating buses to international standards. And to prove that, one time I brought buses which I fabricate for the Tata Corporation. They bring me chassis and I fabricate buses for them. And they accept this is the standard equivalent to what they do in India. Now, when we fabricate these buses, our input is 50%. Value addition, our value addition is 50%. And our culture in our manufacturing is continuous improvement. As I said, Your Excellency, sir, until now, although 2019, Your Excellency, you banned the importation of complete buses from outside Uganda. And you did this in order to support our industry. But we have been getting very few orders from government. Because as government policy, we thought government should be the first to support our industry.
We shall.
But all the same, let me take this opportunity to thank a few government departments which are supporting us, which are supporting Bubu, like the Commissioner General of Prisons, Mr. Vyabasheja, and his colleagues. They buy buses and trucks from us. We fabricate their buses, their trucks. The National Medical Store, I think we have fabricated 3 buses for them. The Ministry of Health, we have fabricated a bus for them. The Uganda Virus Research, we have fabricated a bus for them. And also, we have fabricated buses for private transporters, such as the Perfect Coach, which go to Rukungiri, the Tausi bus, which go to Bushenyi, the Larem bus, which go to Guru, and the others. Some people from Bukova, my home, and Mwanza, sometimes they bring me chassis here. I build the buses for them. So they bring chassis, we put value addition, we get some money, and they take their bus. Sometimes they can buy chassis from Nairobi, because Bukova is near Kampala. They prefer their bus built in Kampala. We build in Kampala, we take it to Bukova. So that's how we are moving.
Thank you very much. So now all the government departments will have to buy from either Katawazi or from NEC. If it was not being implemented, it will be implemented. Mharawe tunaenda kugamba gamba bakurire ukuri mukazi w'emanzi. Iho wakananga akashankara.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Capture that young girl.
I am Engineer Doreen Akolebirunji from Metu Zongtong Bus Industries. And as Your Excellency, you have reiterated the need for electrical vehicles. I would like everyone here present and the country at large to know that regardless of how we propel the vehicle, whether it is by internal combustion engines or electric battery vehicles, Metu Zongtong Bus Industries is very capable of adding value to these vehicles.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your
So
Excellency.
those buses, you put those buses again and they see them, put them again. The pictures. The pictures. There you are. Put them, okay. So now that is now no more Kusaka for the buses. How about other vehicles, Engineer Doreen? Because there will be the question of the other vehicles, the lorries, the what?
Your Excellency, sir, this is why we expanded it to Kasese. In Kasese, where we have enough area, we intend to do 3 categories of vehicles. The light vehicles, that is the car, the pickup. Then the medium vehicles, the tippers. And then the heavy trucks. So in Kasese, we shall be involved in light engineering, medium engineering, and heavy engineering.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
So, this is how we are moving. Now, as I told you last time, we are going to move on value addition of all these other crops like coffee. I was here with the people last time, they were telling you that we are now earning $800 million from coffee, the biggest in Africa. But with value addition, we can go to billions. We can add much more. I think somebody was talking of, they can give you the figure, somebody was talking of 13 billion or 10 billion or whatever, but more, much more than what we are earning now. In Kirembe, we are going to make sure we have a tin refinery, a copper refinery. The other day I was discussing with a group to build a tin refinery in the Ntungamo area. We are going to build a steel factory in Kabare using hydrogen instead of coal. We have already built oxygen plants during this corona. We built oxygen plants. The other day in Nakasongora, I opened a neck factory for nitrogen making and also for oxygen. We have got factories for making mobile phones, laptops, electricity meters, water meters. The other day I was in Entebbe, I'm a SFC making cement blocks, including pavers. We have got a plan to build a paper industry. I want to capture my area there, Nankabara's area, the area of Singo, those hills which are bare. I was talking with the groups in Buikwe, some Indian groups there, who want to produce paper using bamboo, emigano. And I was thinking of that area of Singo, those hills. So, this is the plan from the beginning of NRM of restoring the enclave economy, the three T's, expanding it, transforming it, and building a new economy, an economy of liberation, not an economy of colonial dependency. Now, when this problem comes in, you can see how correct we were. Now we are crying because of 3 or 4 items which are coming from outside. Fuel, fertilizers, palm oil, and wheat. What would have happened if we were still also importing beer and importing soda and importing cement and importing mtayimbwa and importing milk? What would have happened? How would we have managed? We are now crying just because of these items of mainly fuel, palm oil, and wheat. So the question is, what would have happened? Now, if people listen to the NRM, we shall quickly cover this. Because for palm oil, we have already scaled up. The other time I showed you what's happening in Maruzi. If you have those pictures, show them. The Maruzi, the palm oil there, which is being grown there. If you have it, show it when you get it. Fertilizer, we have our Sukuru project here. It has delayed, but it will be done because we have got a big deposit of phosphates there. That is Maruzi now. That is palm oil using irrigation in Maruzi. And we are going to do the same in Sango Bay, big project, and in Buvuma. So therefore, when we had this problem, you remember the debate was, there was an opinion that subsidize the petrol from outside and cancel, remove taxes. Now, that one we said, no, this is not wise. Get me my spectacles. We said, you people, this is not wise. Subsidize Okusaka. Because that's what people were saying, that we subsidize Okusaka.
Smart 24, driving business.